Bro, I am absolutely speechless by how episode 23 of Blue Lock just went. I'm thinking, man, they pulled a rabbit from a hat last week at the end. Isagi comes in, stops the game-winning goal. Clearly, we got another 5, 6, maybe even half an episode left of this match. It's anyone's game, it's 50-50, and it really was anyone's game. And the fact that deflection, the concept of luck and what luck is and putting yourself in the position of using luck to your advantage, the fact that this victory was a victory and a loss tangled in one. Rin admitted that this was the first time since coming to this Blue Lock experience that he was frustrated, that he felt defeat, and that he looked at something Isagi did and wasn't able to 100% counter it. And the fact that the person who picked our boy to come over to the team, it wasn't Batra begging, and honestly it started off with Batra basically saying like, I don't need him, but I want him, and it was building in, right? And Rin, the most fiery version we've seen, points at him and says, get your ass over here, and I'm like, oh my lord. The way this show can take a team, and it's happened multiple times now, where you grow accustomed, you feel the bonds, you feel like this team is the final hurrah for us. And then within minutes, as much as I love you, Baro, much as I love you, Chigri, much as I love you, Nagi, I gotta admit, I kind of forgot about you a few minutes after we switched teams, because that's how good the cast as a whole is. Everyone can be a main character, and the fact that our boy felt like the main character of this match, it's no wonder why they all felt like the side cast, just utterly defeated, pissed off, exhausted, and man, they better announce a season 2 ASAP, because with one episode to go, I don't know if we're finishing this match, and if they blue balls us with a cliffhanger and don't immediately confirm more, that will make me a very salty person. I love this show. It is clearly my favorite sports anime that has been made, and I just love it the more I watch. Now, full live reaction is available on the Patreon. I gotta admit, when initially that goal happened, I was absolutely speechless. I literally was like getting hyped up. I'm like, yeah, here we go, probably gonna pass to Ewan, and then it just happens, and you're looking at it, and I'm just like, what? I was mad, I was upset, but I was like impressed because like, no way you just did that. But you have to hand it, the directing of this match was probably the most effective Blue Lock has done. Let's just take a look at how they ended last episode. It basically is built up in a way, and there was multiple times I personally gave up on Isagi's team. And by the end of that match, you say, damn bro, even if they don't win this, like, it really is anyone's game. And that is how it was. It could have felt in a different way, the whole luck thing. It easily could have been Isagi's team winning. But the more you think about it, right, and the way they direct you with that cliffhanger to within a couple of minutes, they skip the opening, they skip a majority of the ending. They don't waste a single minute with the second to last episode of Blue Lock Season 1. And within 3 minutes, I think it's roughly about 3.5 minutes when it's all said and done, it did not go in a way anyone was expecting. I don't think most people would have accurately predicted this exact moment, right? And the fact that if we rewind early into Blue Lock, like the first time we saw Isagi on his knees just utterly crushed, like the pissed off nature, it's so different. And to see how far he's come, that we can lose a match but be pulled to a brand new team. And the great thing about Blue Lock is how the new teams, the new members you get, completely shape the chemical reactions, you grow, you learn, and the characters who don't get left behind and get eliminated. So to really be at a point, this is the farthest he's ever come in his career, to go against 5 of the best strikers in the world, one of which is literally Isagi's age. They're smack talking at the end of this episode, and it's the most hilarious thing ever. They're talking in English, and the accents, the smack talk, it is hilarious. But the fact that he got to this point, never thought in his wildest dreams, especially if you rewind a lot of the criticisms both within the anime, outside the anime, Isagi's not cut out for this. But the way he's evolved and the way he can go about things, realistically, had they beaten Rin's team, right, the only logical person to pick would be Rin, because Rin and Isagi had the biggest chemical reaction in current time, like more so than even Batra. But the idea of most likely him still picking his boy somehow, like, just would it have worked out narratively? Probably not. But by basically presenting it as a way, and the way they explain luck with my boy Jinpachi, I love the way he explains things. Classroom's always amazing with him. The fact that this was a moment of defeat for Rin, but it doesn't show that Asagi is better than Rin. There is a long way to go to get to that status. But the fact that when we compare episode 1 Asagi to episode 23 Asagi, it is night and day, and the potential, that's always what I say, the potential of this boy is unlike anyone else, and I'm really, really interested to see how they're going to feed off one another. I mean, if we rewind when he used to try to mimic Baro's training and pissing off Baro, now he's mimicking the yoga and pissing off Rin. There's a lot of potential, man, and I have no idea where after the third selection, where they would go with this story, but I'm very, very interested. The way this show continues to shake up the cast is honestly, I think, the thing that keeps the show so interesting. Usually a sports series, you might shake up the cast once because, oh, you're on this team, but then you end up joining this team. But the fact that you do it 3 or 4 times within the first season, it really is what keeps the show so fresh and exciting. By constantly having characters like Isagi have to grow and adjust with characters who normally would be like the big antagonist rival of the show, then will end up becoming one of your best teammates, and the way you can immediately lose them. They made such a close bond in this match, and the final moments, it's not of anger and resentment of I hate you, but it's pissed off. Why wasn't I picked? Why couldn't I have been the main character of this match? Why didn't I not flourish enough? That bastard Asagi, and just the fact that it's a challenge. It's like, don't fall behind, catch up to me. And the fact that instead of going like the friendship route or the teammate route, and I'm not saying it can't work, sometimes shows do get that right in the sports genre, but man, Blue Lock hits way, way different with how they go about the anti-friendship trope, and it's just so incredible to see characters like Baro or Rin presented in a completely different light than what you're expecting in a show like this. And seriously, to end this season with going up against top 5 strikers in the world, even if they don't complete this match, that is one hell of a season finale. And I don't know, man, we already got a goal in. This could be a match where it's just goal after goal after goal, rapid fire. Maybe that's the direction they want to go and we will resolve it. Nonetheless, no matter how they end next week, I am going to leave saying Blue Lock, for me personally, was just a perfect season. It hit all the right notes. I love the production style, how they constantly shift things around. And man, the technical terms and the way they go about explaining luck, it should be so cringy, it should be so over the top that you're just like, you laugh at it. But when Jinpachi explains things, it just feels right, and it's such a damn good show. Those are just my feelings. I mean, I'm on a high right now coming off of this episode, but let me know what you thought. Especially if you had not read the manga, how flabbergasted were you that within the first few minutes that it ended like that? I mean, seriously, let me know down below. Drop a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here. Also, be sure to ring that bell so you can get notified when I upload on the channel. And of course, as I mentioned, we do have that full live reaction available on my Patreon. And while you're there, you can also get a video shoutout. So today we have Power 9987, Jared Fan, Little Big Trouble, and Jordan. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care and have a good one.